My adventurous and optimistic Sagittarius friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Sagittarius, you might notice a quiet ache beneath your usual optimism this week. It's as if something you've built up with care, your routines, your safe havens, your sense of what's solid, feels a bit heavier to carry right now. There's nothing dramatic on the surface, but maybe you sense the subtle friction between wanting to provide and nurture, and the pressure of unspoken needs that go deeper. The world around you keeps moving, but a part of you wants to sit with what's familiar, to hold on to what's yours. Underneath, there's a longing for reassurance, maybe a wish that someone would recognize how much you give without asking for much in return. You might feel a tension between being the strong one and quietly wondering who holds space for you when you need it. This week, these feelings rise like a gentle tide, reminding you that even your boundless spirit needs its own source of comfort. You're carrying yourself with steady grace now, Sagittarius. The Queen of Pentacles brings forward your ability to tend to daily life, to create order and warmth where you are. You take on responsibilities willingly, organizing what needs to be done, offering support to those you care about, and making sure practical matters don't slip through the cracks. People may lean on your stability, even if they don't always say so. There's a quiet pride in the way you handle things, a sense that you can be counted on. Yet beneath the surface, a softer question stirs. How much of your energy is spent caring for others, and how much do you hold back for yourself? Perhaps you've been deferring your own needs, setting them aside to keep everything running smoothly. You might sense a subtle fatigue or a longing for someone to notice the invisible labor you do. There's a part of you that craves a safe, nurturing space, one where you're not the provider but the one who is cared for. This longing doesn't make you less strong, it simply reveals a deeper layer of humanity in you. The comfort you create for others is real, but you may be realizing you want a piece of it for yourself. Even as you keep things steady, a gentle restlessness stirs. It doesn't demand action, but it asks to be acknowledged. There's a richness in your inner state, a balance between your practical gifts and your quiet desire for comfort, connection, and a little more tenderness than you're used to allowing. From that steady place, the next steps on your path begin to unfold. The weight you carry, both the visible and the invisible, shapes what you notice, what draws your attention, and where you feel friction. As you move through the week, this inner state ripples out, influencing how you respond to others and how you choose where to invest your energy. The desire to nurture and provide is still there, but it's joined by a growing awareness of your own emotional landscape. What you feel inside starts to color your experience of daily life, making you more attuned to subtle shifts in mood, both yours and others. This is where the path ahead starts to take shape, rooted in the question of how much you can keep giving without finding ways to replenish yourself, and what happens when your own needs start to show through the cracks. Events around you seem to gain a softer, more emotional texture as the week unfolds. The Queen of Cups enters your path, and with her comes a heightened sensitivity to the emotional undercurrents of your environment. Conversations may feel more layered or nuanced than usual. You pick up on things left unsaid, recognizing when someone is holding back or when moods shift around you. The pressure here isn't loud, but it's persistent, a gentle pull toward deeper connection, toward feeling rather than just doing. You might notice yourself wanting to comfort others or feeling drawn into situations where empathy is needed. There's momentum in the way you show up, offering understanding and holding space for others' feelings. Yet this same sensitivity can also leave you feeling stretched, as if you're tuning into everyone else's needs without quite knowing how to tend to your own. Friction arises when your own emotions bubble up, perhaps catching you off guard, or making you realize that you, too, need care and attention. The boundaries between your needs and those of others grow thinner, and you feel the subtle tug-of-war between wanting to help and needing to step back. This isn't about drama, it's about the slow, steady pressure of emotional exchange. You may find yourself pausing more often, reflecting on what feels true for you, and noticing how much energy it takes to stay open without losing yourself. It's easy to drift into old roles, to offer comfort and understanding because it's what you know best. But this week there's a new awareness, one that asks gently but firmly how you can honor your own feelings as much as you honor those of others. The path takes on a fluid shape, moving with the tides of emotion and inviting you to be present with whatever arises, both within you and around you. This is where the question of potential comes into focus. It's not automatic, it depends on how willing you are to notice these patterns and to engage with them consciously. The opportunity for growth only takes shape when you pause long enough to listen to what you truly need, and when you allow yourself to respond with intention rather than habit. The unfolding of your week hinges on this gentle act of awareness, a willingness to see your own emotional state as worthy of care, and to recognize that your well-being is not separate from the support you offer others. In this space of conscious engagement, the 9 of Wands stands before you. Here, growth is not about triumph or defeat, it's about resilience and self-recognition. You may feel the accumulation of past efforts, the times you've held steady, the moments you've shown up even when tired, the quiet persistence that has carried you through. There's a sense of nearing a threshold where you're invited to acknowledge how much you've endured and how far you've come. This is not a moment for pushing through at all costs, but rather for honoring your own endurance. It's an invitation to see your strength not as endless, but as something that requires care and replenishment. The possibility here is subtle but profound. You can allow yourself to rest, to recognize your own limits without judgment, and to take pride in the boundaries you set. Growth comes from admitting when you need support and from trusting that you don't always have to be the one holding everything together. The resilience you've built is real, but it's meant to serve you, not to become another burden. By meeting this moment with honesty and compassion toward yourself, you open the door to a deeper sense of security, one that comes from within rather than being held up by constant effort. This week your potential lies in the quiet courage to say, "This is enough for now," and to let your own needs matter. All 3 cards, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and 9 of Wands, intertwine to create a story of care, sensitivity, and endurance. You begin from a place of grounded responsibility, tending to what's needed and offering your strength to others. As the days pass, emotional awareness grows, making you more attuned to the subtle tides of feeling that move through your life. This sensitivity brings both connection and challenge as you navigate the balance between giving to others and honoring yourself. By week's end, the theme becomes resilience, not the kind that pushes you to keep going no matter what, but the kind that asks you to recognize when you've given enough, and to allow yourself the space to rest and receive. There's reassurance in knowing that you can be both strong and sensitive, reliable and vulnerable. The emotional tension that began the week finds its resolution in this gentle acceptance. You are allowed to care for yourself as deeply as you care for others. In the quiet moments, let this truth settle. You are enough just as you are, and your well-being is worth protecting. The steady presence you offer the world is mirrored in the way you show up for yourself. This week, rest in that balance and let it be your comfort. Actionable insights for Sagittarius this week. Let yourself linger a little longer in moments that feel comforting. Try noticing what you need even if you don't say it aloud. Allow yourself to pause when you feel stretched thin. spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I honor the care I give and receive. I notice my needs and let them matter. I am allowed to rest, even when it's hard. I trust my resilience and feel steady within myself. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.